Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about happiness, the kind of happiness that doesn't just happen by chance, but by choice. Many people spend their lives searching, thinking that happiness is something you stumble upon when you've worked hard enough, succeeded enough, or achieved enough. But here's the truth. Happiness isn't a destination we arrive at. It's something we create, something we build, moment by moment, choice by choice. If we look around, we'll find countless reasons to be dissatisfied, discouraged, or disappointed. The world is full of challenges, of dreams that sometimes feel just out of reach, of struggles that seem never-ending. But happiness, real happiness, isn't about waiting for all the pieces to line up perfectly. It's about recognizing the beauty in the imperfect, in what we already have and who we already are. It's about choosing to see the good even when things are tough. It's about gratitude for the small things we might otherwise overlook. Happiness is fueled by purpose. When we have a sense of purpose, of meaning in our lives, happiness naturally follows. It doesn't matter what that purpose is, whether it's supporting our families, helping our communities, pursuing a passion, or simply trying to leave the world a little better than we found it. Purpose brings fulfillment, and fulfillment is the bedrock of the true happiness. So, I urge you to think about what gives your life meaning. Lean into that purpose, because it's there that you'll find a happiness that can withstand any hardship. But remember, happiness isn't a grand event, it's in the little things we do every day. A kind word, a small act of service, a few minutes spent with the people who matter most. It's in setting small goals and finding joy in the progress we make toward them. It's in caring for ourselves in the little moments of quiet reflection and self-respect. Happiness isn't out there waiting for us to find it. It's right here waiting for us to create it. Happiness is not something we passively receive, nor is it something that falls into our laps as we wait for the right circumstances or perfect moments. Instead, happiness is an active choice, a conscious decision we make every day to cultivate positivity, joy, and fulfillment, regardless of our external circumstances. This concept means that happiness isn't tied to achieving specific milestones, acquiring material possessions, or receiving validation from others. Rather, it's a mindset, a way of life that we can create through our thoughts, actions, and perspectives. Choosing happiness requires self-awareness and the ability to recognize that, despite challenges, we have the power to control our reactions. When we make happiness an active choice, we acknowledge that while we may not always have control over the situations we face, we do have control over how we respond to them. This involves shifting our focus from what's wrong or lacking to what's good and present. By focusing on our blessings, we foster an attitude of gratitude, which strengthens our ability to experience joy, even when life feels uncertain. A critical part of choosing happiness actively is recognizing that it is a journey, not a final destination. Happiness is not something we can store up for later use or something we achieve once and for all. Rather, it's something we work on daily, moment by moment. This journey often requires setting aside unrealistic expectations and embracing the ups and downs of life. Embracing this reality allows us to live more fully in the present, understanding that each day brings new opportunities to make choices that contribute to our happiness. This choice involves taking ownership of our thoughts and emotions. Life may throw difficulties, disappointments, and setbacks our way, but when we approach these situations with a mindset geared toward growth and positivity, we can turn challenges into learning opportunities. Instead of allowing circumstances to dictate our emotions, we can train ourselves to find lessons in adversity and use them to build resilience. This approach transforms us into active creators of our happiness rather than passive recipients affected by external forces. Choosing happiness also means being intentional about our actions and surroundings. It's about filling our lives with activities, people, and habits that bring us joy and contribute to our well-being. This could mean pursuing hobbies that fuel our creativity, spending time with loved ones who uplift us, or engaging in self-care practices that renew our energy. When we prioritize actions that make us feel whole and fulfilled, we're actively nurturing our happiness and making it a consistent part of our lives. Another aspect of choosing happiness is understanding and accepting our emotions. Choosing happiness doesn't mean ignoring sadness, anger, or disappointment. It's not about forcing ourselves to be happy all the time. Rather, it's about acknowledging all our emotions, allowing ourselves to feel them, and then choosing to move forward with a positive outlook. By allowing ourselves to process difficult feelings, we're able to release them in a healthy way, creating space for genuine happiness to flourish. Additionally, choosing happiness often requires setting boundaries and learning to say no when necessary. We may feel pressure to meet others' expectations or take on responsibilities that drain us, but part of choosing happiness is recognizing our limits and prioritizing our mental and emotional well-being. By setting boundaries, we create a life that is aligned with our values and desires, rather than one dictated by outside pressures. This intentionality strengthens our happiness because it helps us stay true to ourselves and focus on what truly matters. When we view happiness as an active choice, we empower ourselves to become the architects of our own lives. We learn to stop waiting for happiness to arrive from the outside and start cultivating it from within. It becomes a self-sustaining cycle. When we consciously choose to be happy, we naturally attract more positive experiences, and those experiences, in turn, reinforce our decision to embrace joy and fulfillment. The act of choosing happiness, over time, shapes our mindset, allowing us to face life with hope, optimism, and a sense of purpose. Perspective is a powerful force that shapes our experiences, influences our reactions, and determines our sense of fulfillment. It's not just about how we see the world, but about how we interpret events, how we assign meaning to them, and how we respond to what life brings our way. A shift in perspective can turn challenges into opportunities, setbacks into lessons, and ordinary moments into sources of gratitude. With the right perspective, we can find strength in times of difficulty and joy in moments we might otherwise overlook. Perspective allows us to view our lives from different angles, giving us a fuller understanding of our circumstances. When we broaden our view, we see that challenges don't define us, they're simply part of our journey. This shift allows us to view setbacks not as failures, but as temporary obstacles. Each setback is a chance to learn, to grow, and to become more resilient. By reframing obstacles as opportunities to build strength and perseverance, we start to see them as essential stepping stones on the path to personal growth and achievement. Through the power of perspective, we can focus on what we can control and release what we cannot. Many times we face situations that are beyond our influence, and it's easy to feel frustrated or powerless in these moments. But when we shift our focus to our own choices and actions, we regain a sense of control and empowerment. Instead of dwelling on the uncontrollable, we can look at what we can change, even if it's just our own attitude or response. This approach reduces unnecessary stress, allowing us to concentrate our energy on actions that can lead to positive outcomes. Perspective also plays a central role in our relationships with others. When we practice empathy and try to see the world through someone else's eyes, we begin to understand their experiences and challenges in a more compassionate way. This shift helps us let go of judgment, assumptions, and misunderstandings. It enables us to communicate with patience, openness, and a genuine desire to connect. In many ways, the quality of our relationships is directly influenced by our ability to understand and appreciate different perspectives, which fosters deeper, more meaningful connections. Gratitude is closely tied to perspective too. It's easy to focus on what's missing, what's difficult, or what we wish were different. But when we choose to shift our perspective toward what we have, what we've accomplished, and what brings us joy, we tap into a powerful source of happiness and contentment. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or challenges. It means finding balance by acknowledging both the struggles and the blessings in our lives. By training ourselves to focus on the positive aspects of our day-to-day experiences, we nurture a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. The power of perspective also allows us to see change as a natural and necessary part of life. Change can be daunting and uncomfortable, but when we view it through a positive lens, we see that it brings growth, new opportunities, and the chance to step outside of our comfort zones. Perspective reminds us that every transition, even if it seems challenging at first, has the potential to lead us to new insights and experiences. Embracing change as a catalyst for growth rather than something to fear or resist can make a profound difference in how we approach life. Perspective empowers us to find value in life's small moments. When we rush through life focused only on the big goals, we may overlook the little moments that bring everyday joy, sunsets, laughter with friends, a kind word from a stranger. These moments may seem insignificant on their own, but collectively, they enrich our lives and create lasting happiness. By shifting our perspective to recognize and appreciate these simple pleasures, we cultivate a sense of wonder and gratitude, which lifts our spirits and makes each day feel a little brighter. Perspective helps us develop resilience. When we're faced with hardship, it's natural to feel overwhelmed or defeated. But with a positive perspective, we can see challenges as part of the journey, a way of building the inner strength we need to overcome even greater obstacles. This mindset doesn't mean dismissing our struggles, rather it means acknowledging them while still believing in our capacity to persevere and ultimately emerge stronger. Purpose and fulfillment are the twin pillars that support a life of meaning and satisfaction. They are not merely abstract concepts, but foundational elements that guide our actions, shape our identities, and influence our overall well-being. Understanding the profound role that purpose and fulfillment play in our lives can transform the way we approach each day, our goals, and our interactions with others. At its core, purpose is the driving force behind our actions and decisions. It is the reason we wake up each morning, the motivation that propels us forward, and the compass that directs us toward our goals. Purpose provides clarity and direction, helping us to prioritize our time and energy on what truly matters. Without a clear sense of purpose, it's easy to feel adrift, lacking motivation or a sense of direction. Purpose anchors us, giving our lives structure and meaning, and enabling us to navigate the complexities and challenges that inevitably arise. Fulfillment, on the other hand, is the deep sense of satisfaction and contentment that comes from living in alignment with our purpose. It is the emotional and psychological reward we receive when our actions and experiences resonate with our core values and aspirations. Fulfillment is not about external achievements or material success. Rather, it is about the internal alignment between who we are and what we do. When we engage in activities that reflect our true selves and contribute to our sense of purpose, we experience a profound sense of fulfillment that sustains us through both good times and bad. The interplay between purpose and fulfillment is essential for a balanced and meaningful life. Purpose gives us a reason to strive and persist, especially when faced with obstacles or setbacks. It fuels our perseverance, enabling us to overcome challenges and stay committed to our goals. Fulfillment, in turn, reinforces our sense of purpose by validating our efforts and choices, providing a sense of accomplishment and joy that motivates us to continue pursuing our objectives. This cyclical relationship creates a positive feedback loop where purpose and fulfillment continuously enhance each other, fostering a resilient and optimistic outlook on life. Having a clear sense of purpose also enhances our resilience and ability to cope with stress. When we understand why we do what we do, we are better equipped to handle adversity and maintain our focus during difficult times. Purpose acts as a buffer against stress, providing a stable foundation that helps us stay grounded and maintain perspective. It reminds us of the bigger picture and the long-term goals that give our daily struggles significance, making it easier to navigate through temporary hardships with grace and determination. Moreover, purpose and fulfillment contribute significantly to our overall well-being and mental health. Research has consistently shown that individuals with a strong sense of purpose tend to experience higher levels of happiness, lower levels of anxiety and depression, and greater overall life satisfaction. Purpose provides a sense of coherence and meaning that can counteract feelings of emptiness or purposelessness. It fosters a positive mindset, encouraging us to focus on what we can control and to find meaning in our experiences, no matter how challenging they may be. Purpose also plays a critical role in our personal growth and self-development. When we are driven by a clear purpose, we are more likely to seek out opportunities for learning and improvement. Purpose encourages us to set meaningful goals, to strive for excellence, and to push beyond our comfort zones. It inspires us to cultivate new skills, expand our knowledge, and develop qualities such as resilience, empathy, and perseverance. This continuous pursuit of growth not only enhances our capabilities, but also deepens our sense of fulfillment as we witness our own progress and achievements. In addition to benefiting ourselves, a strong sense of purpose and fulfillment has a positive impact on those around us. When we live purposefully, we inspire and uplift others, creating a ripple effect of positivity and motivation. Our commitment to our goals and our fulfillment in our pursuits can serve as a powerful example, encouraging others to seek their own paths to happiness and meaning. Purpose-driven individuals often contribute more significantly to their communities as their actions are guided by a desire to make a meaningful difference. This collective pursuit of purpose and fulfillment can lead to stronger, more supportive, and more vibrant communities where individuals thrive and support one another. Finding one's purpose is a deeply personal journey that requires introspection, self-awareness, and a willingness to explore and experiment. It involves identifying our passions, strengths, and values, and understanding how these elements can be integrated into a coherent and meaningful life path. Purpose is not always something that is immediately apparent. It often evolves over time as we gain new experiences, overcome challenges, and grow as individuals. Embracing this evolving nature of purpose allows us to remain open to new possibilities and to adapt our goals and aspirations as we learn more about ourselves and the world around us. Fulfillment, meanwhile, is cultivated through the intentional alignment of our actions with our purpose. It requires mindfulness and a conscious effort to engage in activities that resonate with our inner selves. This might involve pursuing a career that aligns with our values, dedicating time to meaningful relationships, or engaging in hobbies and interests that bring us joy and satisfaction. Fulfillment is found in the everyday moments of living authentically, making choices that reflect our true desires and contributing to something larger than ourselves. It is the cumulative effect of these intentional actions that creates a lasting sense of contentment and well-being. In the pursuit of purpose and fulfillment, it is essential to recognize that the journey is just as important as the destination. The process of discovering and living our purpose involves continuous learning, growth, and adaptation. It requires us to embrace uncertainty, to take risks, and to learn from both successes and failures. Each step along the way, whether it leads to immediate fulfillment or presents new challenges, contributes to our overall sense of purpose and enriches our lives in meaningful ways. Ultimately, the role of purpose and fulfillment is to provide a sense of direction, meaning, and satisfaction that transcends the temporary highs and lows of life. They anchor us in our values, inspire us to strive for excellence, and reward us with a deep sense of contentment that comes from living authentically and meaningfully. By prioritizing purpose and fulfillment, we create a life that is not only successful by external standards, but also rich in meaning, joy, and personal satisfaction. Happiness is often imagined as something grand, a destination reached through major life achievements or extraordinary events. However, true, lasting happiness is often found in the simple, everyday moments that collectively shape our lives. Building happiness through small actions is about recognizing the significance of these moments and understanding that even the smallest positive steps can lead to profound change. It's an approach that values consistency, intentionality, and mindfulness, emphasizing that happiness is not something to wait for, but something we can create with each decision we make. Small actions are powerful because they are accessible and achievable. These little gestures do not require radical changes or significant sacrifices, but over time they accumulate, creating a steady foundation of joy, satisfaction, and well-being. Engaging in small acts that bring us joy, whether it's starting the day with a few minutes of gratitude, taking a brief walk to clear our mind, or calling a loved one, nurtures our happiness and serves as a reminder of the good that exists in our lives. When we incorporate these actions into our daily routine, they become habits that sustain our sense of contentment. One of the simplest yet most effective small actions for building happiness is practicing gratitude. Taking a few moments each day to reflect on what we're thankful for can shift our focus from what we lack to what we already have. This shift in perspective enhances our appreciation for life's blessings, even if they seem minor or routine. Writing down 3 things we're grateful for every morning or evening, for instance, trains our mind to notice and value the positive aspects of our lives. Gratitude not only boosts our happiness in the moment, but also creates a habit of positivity that supports our overall mental and emotional well-being. Another small action that contributes to happiness is connecting with others. Building meaningful relationships requires regular effort, but these efforts can be as simple as sending a thoughtful text, sharing a meal, or making time to genuinely listen to someone. Even brief moments of connection can strengthen our sense of belonging and support, helping us feel more grounded and appreciated. When we prioritize these small acts of kindness and connection, we foster relationships that bring joy, comfort, and resilience into our lives. Self-care is another essential small action in the pursuit of happiness. Often we overlook our own needs in favor of our obligations and responsibilities. Yet self-care doesn't have to be extravagant or time-consuming. Taking a few minutes each day to check in with ourselves, to breathe deeply, or to engage in a favorite hobby can help us recharge and reset. Small acts of self-care signal that we value our well-being, and by consistently tending to ourselves in this way, we build a foundation of inner peace and balance. Acts of kindness toward others also play a significant role in building happiness. Research has shown that giving to others, even in small ways, contributes to our own sense of joy and fulfillment. Holding the door for someone, giving a compliment, or helping a neighbor creates a ripple effect of positivity. These small acts remind us of our ability to make a difference and connect us to others in meaningful ways. When we make kindness a regular part of our lives, we contribute not only to our happiness, but also to the happiness of those around us. Setting and achieving small goals is another effective way to nurture happiness. Large goals can be overwhelming, and the journey to reach them often feels daunting. By breaking them down into smaller, manageable steps, we can enjoy a sense of accomplishment along the way. Each small success builds our confidence, reinforcing our belief in our capabilities and providing a steady sense of progress and purpose. The act of achieving something, even if it's as simple as organizing a workspace or completing a short exercise, creates a boost in happiness and motivation that carries us forward. Mindfulness practiced through small, intentional moments of awareness is also a powerful tool for building happiness. Instead of rushing through each day, taking a few minutes to pause, breathe, and be present allows us to experience life more fully. Whether it's savoring a meal, appreciating a sunset, or simply listening to the sounds around us, mindfulness brings our attention to the here and now. These moments of presence deepen our appreciation for the world and help us break free from the constant stream of thoughts, worries, and distractions. Engaging in activities that bring us joy, no matter how small or simple, is another key action in building happiness. Too often we postpone joy, waiting for vacations, weekends, or special occasions. But happiness is not limited to rare events. It can be woven into our daily lives through activities that energize and uplift us. Whether it's reading a book, listening to music, or spending time in nature, engaging in activities that make us feel alive reminds us that happiness is accessible in the present moment. Building happiness through small actions also means learning to celebrate progress rather than waiting for perfection. Life is filled with ups and downs, and sometimes progress may feel slow. By celebrating even the smallest achievements, we encourage ourselves to keep moving forward. Acknowledging our efforts, even if they don't lead to immediate success, builds resilience and reinforces a positive mindset. This practice helps us view happiness as a journey, not a destination, and allows us to find joy in the process rather than focusing solely on the outcome. In the end, building happiness through small actions requires consistency and patience. It's about making happiness a part of our everyday choices, understanding that each small step has the potential to create lasting change. These small actions add up over time, creating habits that uplift us and sustain our happiness through both good times and challenging moments. When we take responsibility for our happiness and actively cultivate it through intentional choices, we lay the groundwork for a life rich in meaning, joy, and fulfillment.